Welcome to another history, everyone. Today we have most likely the most sinister character in the Darkstalkers series. Yes, we're talking about the young B.B. Hood. Money-obsessed, greedy, and probably a little psychotic are some good terms to describe this 10-year-old, pretty much not afraid of anything and willing to fight any Darkstalker. Welcome to the history of Baby Bonnie Hood. How she was created. Baby Bonnie Hood was created by Akira Yasuda, otherwise known as Akimon, for Darkstalkers 3 in 1997. Akimon has said that she was inspired by the sinister qualities of the human race itself, thus serving as a personification of humanity's dark side. He also said this was in contrast to previous characters' creation, which was more based on archetypes of mythology, folklore, and popular culture. I'm going to show a bunch of concept art here, but after her design was finalized, the team couldn't figure out how they wanted her to move in-game, so Akimon actually drew his own sketches of various moves and poses for her. As for her name, if it's not super obvious, it's a play on Little Red Riding Hood. B.B. Hood's look. There isn't a whole lot to say on her look, as it hasn't really changed at all in the Darkstalkers series, again, like her name, being inspired by Little Red Riding Hood. However, she has gotten a few costume changes in the Onimusha Soul series, still being based on Little Red, but with a Japanese spin on the outfit. Personality. This is a pretty good example of reasoning to not judge a book by its cover, especially if you don't want to die. While only being 10 to 14 through the events of Vampire Savior, she's an S-class hunter known as a Dark Hunter, hunting Darkstalkers and beasts for Makai for money. The funny bit about this is that she's mostly a thrill seeker, loving the hunt much more than the monetary reward, but that helps too. Her biggest trick is pretending to be a young, defenseless, and helpless girl in order for her enemy to drop their guard. The craziest bit of info is that she's completely human. She doesn't even have supernatural powers, opting to use guns and knives as her means of attack. The reason I say this is crazy is due to her being the only fully human playable character in the series. Despite all this, like the story, she looks after her grandmother, so she isn't an uncaring monster. Abilities. While she doesn't have any supernatural abilities, she's incredibly skilled if that wasn't covered enough. She knows how to expertly use a variety of guns, knives, and grenades. Her wildest feat comes in the form of Jeddah pulling her into the Majijin, where he basically accepted her as a Darkstalker in her own right due to the strength of her soul. Once in Majijin, she simply stated, "They're all mine. It's been a long time since a job this big." Talking about the Darkstalkers, her strong mind and dark heart also make her immune to the aura that Darkstalkers give off, and her stare alone can cause lower level Darkstalkers to be filled with fear. Games she's been in. Her first appearance was in Darkstalker 3 for arcade in 1997, followed by Vampire Chronicle for Matching Service for Dreamcast in 2000, and Vampire Darkstalkers Collection for PS2 in 2005. Darkstalkers Chronicle the Chaos Tower, Vampire Savior 2, and Darkstalkers Resurrection, technically along with the collection, are revamps of the other games. Some other series of games she was in are SNK vs. Capcom The Match of the Millennium, SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters Clash, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes, Cannon Spike, SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters 2, SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters DS, and finally Project X Zone 2. Voice actor. Her only voice actor has been Miyuki Matsushita. Other voices she's done are QB in Darkstalkers, Uki in Ape Escape, Reef in Popful Mail, Patricia in Princess Maker 2, and Irina in Variable Geo. Extra info. Her Japanese name is Buletta, while her Japanese Romaji name is Buretta. In order to get information on Darkstalkers, she uses a camouflaged hunting satellite called Catastrophe. All the weapons she's shown to have used so far are an Uzi, mines, missiles, explosive apples, daggers, a rock, her basket, Molotov cocktails, a machete, a pistol, and even ammo. Throughout the games, she brings along a 2-year-old dog named Harry who cowers when she uses her weapons. She's made cameos in Pocket Fighter, Capcom Fighting Evolution, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and Dead Rising 3 as a costume. Wild is mostly all there is left to say about this character, really. I had variously seen her around before due to me liking a lot of Capcom games, so it's definitely great to finally learn about a character I had seen around and probably played as once or twice. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next video.